This next video is going to show you how to get a listing of all of your SKUs on a report. To get there, you're going to click on Reporting, File Printouts, and SKUFile. You can be at the top level for your store owner level, or you can be at the store level at the top right hand corner. This will bring you into the SKU file. So the first thing that you're going to see to the right of report name is where you can name this report. It's just a way of naming the report, making your selections, and clicking on Save. So that way you can come back in at any point in time, click on the magnifying glass icon, and select that saved report and run it. That way you don't have to remember what selections you made. You have the output method. The default is PDF. That just means it's a report format that you're going to either look at on the screen or you're going to print it out. You have Excel, where you can export it into Excel, or CSV, which is similar to Excel. We're going to do PDF. You have two different tabs, the report options and the report criteria. We're going to start with report options. The first part is, how do you want to sort the results? So in order of, you can click on the drop down and you can sort them in order of supplier SKU, SKU, supplier, class, or custom entries in color. Probably the most common way is by supplier, so that way it organizes all of the SKUs within each supplier. You could also do it by class. If you do it by SKU number, it's just going to do it in SKU number order. We're going to choose supplier. We have what fields do you want to include. You can check include costs and pricing, include markdown to, prices for all stores, include the comments for the SKUs if you want those to print out. And then you have include, where you can do control and click to select more than one. You may select no more than 4, so if you wanted to look at discontinued SKUs, group codes, keywords, seasons, or style. Then the next text box is, what SKUs do you want to show? Do you want to print only SKUs with on-hand quantities? Do you want to print only SKUs available to order until? If you just want to print all of your SKUs regardless, you just leave those unchecked. Then you have, which prices would you like to display? If you click on the drop down to the right of stores, we can just do all stores, or if you want to choose a particular store, maybe you do different prices for different stores. That's what that means. Then we have the report criteria tab. Here is where you can make your selections for if you want to look at a particular store, if you want to look at a particular supplier or suppliers, if you want to look at a particular class or classes, color or colors, SKU or SKUs. You can do product custom entries if you wanted to look at some of those. This is a way of narrowing down the report. So maybe you only wanted to look at all of your New Balance SKUs. That's where you could go to the right of supplier and choose the New Balance code, whether you type it in or you use the magnifying glass icon to look it up and select it. You can also exclude any of these options. If I wanted to print everything but New Balance, I could put the New Balance code in and click on the exclude checkbox. Then I also have pricing. If I wanted to include only SKUs with perks, so I want to look at all of my SKUs that I have perks on, I can check this box and I will only print a list of SKUs that have perks. In this example, I just want to look at all of my SKUs sorted by supplier, so I'm going to leave all of this section blank. And I'm going to click on Add Job and Run. This will bring us to the report history, and we can just select our SKU file and click on Open, and that'll open it up on the screen for us. So I could make my window bigger. This will open it up and bring you to the SKU listing. I can zoom, or I can make this bigger by clicking on the zoom, or I can zoom out to make it smaller. So it's going to show you the SKU number, the supplier SKU. Starts with that actual supplier since we sorted it by supplier, and then all the SKUs underneath that supplier. Shows the class that it's in, the size grid that it's in, the description, the style and color, if you had a location where it was at, list price, retail price, markdown price 1, if there's any perks, what type of label code, the current cost, and when it's available until. I can use the scroll bar on the right to go up and down between pages, or I can use the next page icon to go to the next page, the previous icon to go to the previous page. I can use the last page icon to go to the last page. I can use the first page icon to go to the first page. I can print this out if I want to print this to my printer. I can save this somewhere to my hard drive. I can email this, and I can search for something on this report. And that shows you how to print out a listing of your SKUs.